Hello everyone, it's Mira here in the kitchen with Caleb doing vegan dishes. And what dinner time fave are we bringing you today? That's right, you guessed it, tofu tacos. Perfect for your next Taco Tuesday. I know it's one of our favorites. So set your stoves to 450 degrees or 400 degrees if you cook with gas like we do. Grab your block of tofu, cut it in half, and then cut those halves in half and drop it in the food processor, or you can grate this up to get the same consistency needed for this recipe. So again, if you don't have a food processor, you can still use a cheese grater. Next, we're going to be seasoning with salt, pepper, and paprika, and some natural grapeseed oil. I want to encourage you to season this however you see fit. Tailor it to your taste. Here on the second round of processing, we're just mixing all the spices back in. And our tofu prep is complete. It's ready to go in the oven. Our preheated pan is ready to roll. Next, we're just going to line it with some tinfoil. We're just going to grease our pan ever so lightly but evenly all around. Now our tofu is all ready to bake. You want to spread it not too thin, not too thick, but evenly as possible so that we can get a good consistent bake after we pop it back into the oven. We're aiming for a crunchy outside with a soft center. Please keep in mind, as I mentioned before, that since we're cooking with gas, we only set our temperature to 400, but this recipe does call for 450 degrees. Now our tofu is going to go in to bake for 30 minutes. Don't forget to set your timers. This here, my friends, is what it should look like upon coming out of the oven. Now you want to take the spatula and separate the tofu from the tin foil. Then you want to roll it up. This part can be a little tricky, but just be confident and see it through. After it's good and rolled and you have a good hold on it, go ahead and slice it up into about 1-inch pieces. If you haven't by now, you are beginning to notice this looks a lot like chicken. Tofu makes an incredible chicken substitute. Now that our entree, the tofu for our tacos, is complete, we're just doing a little prepping for the veggie toppings. I did some garlic, some onion, some tomato, some sweet peppers. Not much of a fan of cutting up onions, so I just fed these into the food processor. Finally, we bring all of our ingredients back together in a bowl to juice up and dress with some lime juice. And it's important to keep these toppings raw. We're not going to cook them so as not to alter the biochemistry of our food and retain all the nutrients and minerals they have to offer. Now, a lot of people would choose cilantro for a taco dish. I chose spinach for this particular reason. I have low iron and it's very high in it. One thing cilantro and baby spinach have in common, they both share vitamin C, K, and E, but cilantro is really high in folic acid, so just do what works for you. Last but not least, we're mixing all these toppings together with the lime juice to activate the flavor. Since it's ready to serve, we'll begin by plating first with an avocado spread for our base, then our tofu, then jam-packed with all of our favorite toppings. I hope you enjoyed this dish as much as my family did, and if you do, please don't forget to hit the bell button and subscribe for more recipes.